sex. So does everybody have a drink? Yes? Yes, because we're going to fucking need it. Because it's tricky, it's fraught, talking about sex. Yes, human sexuality, why men and women get together and occasionally, if the magic is just right, if the planets are aligned, make each other gloriously and sublimely fucking miserable. But I'm not going to talk about the bad stuff. No. That's feminism. I'm going to talk about the good stuff. Tonight, I put forward the proposition that in a sexually reproducing species, men finding women sexy isn't sexist. That the battle of the sexes gets far too much attention these days. Because men and women are not at war, no. Men and women are at war. Oh yes. Brad Pitt. Oh. Angelina Jolie. Oh. Dominic Frisby. So where shall we start? I know, boobs. Everybody's favourite, boobs. Also known as jugs, knockers, bazongas, bazookas, weapons of mass distraction. Any other favourites? Anybody got any favourite words for you? You know, your favourite. Come on. Titties! Yes, there's always one! Titties. Oh, fun back. Hang on, is that sexist? Because I don't know, you know, as a culture, we're nothing but, well, confused about fun bags, aren't we? Are they sexy or are they sexist? Do they personify form or function? Well, it just so happens the peacock's tail helps us answer this question. Because a bit of a history lesson here for you. Okay, about 1860, Charles Darwin was developing his theory of natural selection, okay, also called the survival of the fittest. And he wrote at the time that the sight of the peacock's tail made him sick. Now, there are many people today, I won't say who feel the same way about ladies' jungle pillows. But Darwin said this because he realised there was no survival function for the peacock's tail. It actually handicapped the stupid bird when trying to escape from predators. And that's when he realised, the penny dropped. The tail was there just for decoration, for attracting attention, for attracting the attention of mates. In other words, to be sexually objectified by female chauvinist peahens. Well, what's this got to do with boobs? Boobs are not just there to be admired, are they? No. Boobs have a job to do, a much more noble one at that. It's blindingly obvious. The primary job of boobs is to feed babies. The fact that men like them and want to play with them, well, that's just an unfortunate side effect. Yes, that's nothing but a deep, murky window into the pit of depravity that is the male psychosexual imagination. Well, actually, you know, I think there's a bit more going on there, and I think, ladies, we might need to let the lads and the lezzers have their baps and eat them here. Because consider for a moment the fact that we are the only species of mammal on the planet to have permanently swollen bazookas. All other mammals have, well, mammaries, yeah, which swell with milk when it's needed and shrink when it's not. Not so with us. No, we have these strategic gynoid fat deposits. Why is that? Well, could it be that though occupying the same space, boobs and mammaries are actually two separate organs with two separate functions, and the primary function of boobs isn't to feed babies? No, well, there ain't no milk in these there hills. Okay? But is to attract attention, to attract the attention of mates, to be sexually objectified. Now, context is everything. In an adult sexual environment, go nuts. At the breakfast table in a family newspaper, maybe not. You know, there's a reason why Okay, there's a reason why you feel a bit funny. Erect nips make you feel a bit funny when your 7-year-old catches you looking at them. And that's because these are signals of sexual maturity in human adults. Signals that men find impossible to ignore. There's no survival function for these, obviously. No. They don't help you escape from predators. At certain times of the month can be a decided handicap. Because I don't know about any of you ladies here, but on day 21 of my cycle, I can't run for a fucking bus. Never mind away from a predator. Sexual or not. Flippin' knacks. What they do, however, is confer a reproductive advantage, one which literally means they help you get fancied. Yeah? They don't have to be massive chesticles. They come in all shapes and sizes. They don't even have to be real. They don't. Men are still fooled. We actually have evidence, and I mean robust scientific evidence, in the longitudinal study that is Katie Price. And the cherry on top of this beautiful bouncy blancmange is the fact that evolution supports the equality of the sexes in sexual objectification and has allowed us ladies to pick, choose and shape the minds and bodies of men, to include the stuff we fancy as well, which is why men are typically a bit bigger than us, a lot stronger, got more muscles, bigger jaws, primarily to fight other men, but also to kill spiders. But the point is, there's a reason why more women would do Tom Cruise than Tommy Cooper. And it's not social conditioning, no. And here lies the rub for many a feminist. Because men and women, and this includes gay men and women, fancy each other precisely because of their stereotypical sexual characteristics. In fact, they're not stereotypical, they're archetypical. So if feminists want less archetypical men going around doing their archetypical stuff, well, it's simple. All they have to do is get us to stop shagging them and having their babies. So ladies, how to be a good sister, yeah? Don't go for men who work. Go for men who twerk. Yeah, go for men who really, like intense bouts of prolonged arse play and pegging. But it's somehow not gay. As delightful as all that sounds. There's just something wrong with this picture of a gender-neutral feminist paradise, because it seems to me what's being described here are men who don't like women. And I don't want me one of them. No, I want one who likes me and my sugar lumps. And for him to like my sugar lumps, he's going to have a sweet tooth generally. Yeah. Well, what am I doing? Talking to you here, talking about peacock's tails, Tom Cruise and Jordan's jubblies. It's not just to disparage feminism. Honest, no. It's actually to try and find a middle ground between these rising factions of angry feminists and angry men's rights groups screaming at each other, taking over all of our fucking cultural space, not leaving any room for positive, playful debate. You see them on social media, pounding away at each other. Guys, get a room and hate fuck each other. To death! Yes. Because I think it's important that we celebrate, the reason why we find our romantic partners sexually attractive. And Darwin's theory of sexual selection helps us do that by, emphasising reproduction and cooperation, something the humble boob, stroke mammary, personifies. Form and function. Well, depending on the handler. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience.